Hello, this is Unstruck Fury, and I'm going to show you how to make a pretty mean Catapault A1 build. I am doing this because I saw a thread that was labeled the official A1 build. However, that was a very terrible build, and I do not recommend using it. If you want to make an effective A1 build, you're going to have a bunch of CBills laid down. You're probably going to have to grind for a few hours to get it. I am making this whole tutorial on making my version of a very mean A1 build is requiring you to already have a Catapault A1. I will include the approximate price of everything else you're going to need, which will be at least about 8 mil CBills, if not a little bit more. Anyways, this, to begin with, is what your A1 should end up being like. You should have a 74.7 kilometer per hour A1. This does not have elite. If you get speed tweak, you could get it higher. I don't have elite. I don't see a reason to really get elite, mostly because I don't like the other catapults. Your firepower will be 80. Some A1 builds are 90. That's the max you can have is 90. I will explain why it's 80. Heat efficiency of 1.32, 352 standard armor, and an Endo steel structure. This cat will also be carrying Artemis, and it will also have double heat sinks, which are a must. The other thing with this is, with Artemis, your repair bill, or your rearm bill I should say, is going to be very high. Just to rearm my mech right now at 75%, the 25% that you do have to pay for it will cost 121,500. However, the way I have it set up, you shouldn't ever have to repair until they are rearm. Sorry about that. You shouldn't ever have to rearm. You have 75%, which will give you 625 of your SRMs with Artemis back completely free. So far, 625 has been more than enough for me in a match. I have went through matches killing 5 people total. Most I've killed in a match is 5, and I have never ran out of 625 ammo. I have come close, but I haven't run out. If you have a ton of CBills, if you don't care about having small win, like if you go into a win, you're gonna come out with an 80k up if you rearm. So if you don't mind that, go ahead and rearm. I've done it once or twice just because. Now, to begin with, the loadout, you're gonna have an XL engine 300, and that engine itself will cost 4.9 mil. So you're gonna first have to get 4.9 mil to buy the engine. This is a must. You want to have speed. If you're slow, you're going to be easily picked off by the enemy. You also, this build is only effective at close range, so speed is a must. 74.7 is a great speed I have found. Next, you're not going to have 3 SRM6s. You'll have 2 SRM6 and 1 SRM4 in each ear. This allows for you to have a better heat efficiency, and the only downside is you're missing, instead of a 36 missile alpha, you have a 32 missile alpha, which I have found to be hardly any difference in effective. And the amount of heat efficiency you get back is more than enough to qualify to signify that you need to have the 4. I'm sorry, I'm really bad with words right now. Anyways, your side torso should have your 1 double heat sink, 3 SRM4 ammos, and on your other right side, right torso, should have 1 double heat sink. The rest is all going to be structure slots for your engine. Your legs should have the rest of your SRM ammo, which in all, you should have 7 tons of SRM ammo. 4 in your legs, 4 in either your torsos. The reason I say either your torsos, there's no room in the arms to put the SRM ammo, so it has to go in a torso. Unfortunately, so this is a weakness. You have a chance of getting an ammo blowout in your torso. However, I've only had this happen one time in a match. Your torsos on catapults are nearly impossible to hit. You're pretty safe without a case even. I'd put all your ammo on one side torso rather than 2. That way, if your other one gets hit, you don't have a chance. You only have a chance of having a blowout on one side torso. Put 4 or 3 in your in one of your torsos, and the rest put in your ears and your legs. Next, you have the upgrades. Upgrades you're going to want to go with, you're going to need to have the Endo steel. That is a must. So first get Endo steel. You're not going to be able to fit any of that on there without Endo steel. You also need heat sinks, and you're going to need Artemis. So the structure, Endo steel is going to cost you about 700,000. Heat sinks are going to cost you another 1.5 mil. So that's 700,000 plus 1.5, which will give you 2,250,000. And then Artemis will cost you about 1.1 mil, 1.1 to 1.2. So it's about already 3.4 mil just for your upgrades. So you're going to need about 3.4 mil for your upgrades, 4.9 mil for your engine, which will give you somewhat a little bit over 8 mil in CBills. So let me just go over this one more time. You have the XL300. First get the XL300, tear everything off. Sell everything on your base mech, everything but the mech. That'll help boost your CBills up quite a bit. You can get, that should give you a little head start. Then the first thing you want to buy is the XL engine. Throw the engine on first before you throw everything else on. This isn't because the structure slots, if you don't do this, the structure slots could get messed up. So throw your XL engine on first. Throw two heat sinks, two double heat sinks into here, into the engine slots. Then you're going to want to next put on your SRM6, SRM6, and an SRM4. And then do the same to the other yellow. SRM6, SRM6, SRM4. You then put one double heat sink on the left torso, and then on the right torso put one double heat sink, and then that should be it. You should be good, and you should have a 1.32 heat efficiency. You're going to want to put your ammo here, like I said before, and ta-da, you have a fairly mean A1 Cat. The other thing is, you have 352 armor. You don't have the armor maxed, and that is another thing. You need to have the armor this low just so you can free up 1 or 2 tons. That way, to fit all this. You could maybe go with, if you took off one SRM ammo, if you'd have a little less, you wouldn't have 600, you'd have 575 I think in game instead of 625. So one less alpha strike. But you would have more armor. You could put, however, the armor isn't going to fit, it would only really go to your legs. I'll show you how I have the armor set up. I have 18 on my head, obviously, 62 on my center torso. You want to have the center torso maxed as much as possible because that you're going to be facing the front, and that's the main area that gets hit. Your center torso rear, I have it 22. So take whatever you can off the center torso on the front to make the rear torso be 22. Right torso you're going to want 40. The right torso rear you're going to want 20. Left torso you're going to have 40. Left torso rear you're going to have 20. Right arm is going to be 40. Left arm is going to be 40. Right leg is where you're going to take a bunch off. You're going to take a bunch off down to 25 on both the right and left. This seems like not much, and it really isn't much. However, not many people go for legs. I have yet to be legged in game. I have been close with legs. I've had my legs red, but so far it's been, I've probably played at least 30-40 games with this mech and have gotten maybe legged one time, and even then I came out of the match still alive. It's really worth it. But however, if you do feel like you're getting legged more often, I mean, take off one ton of ammo and just increase your leg armor. It's not that hard to do. But really, you should be fine. Other than that, I think that is it. I will also add a gameplay video of this right now. Thank you, and enjoy your mech.